Well, this is part 6 for what if Deku's Ant-Man can do it. So in the last part, Deku just won the sports festival. The next day, Deku walks in the class and everyone's just waiting for him. And then Deku sits down, says hi, no one up. And then Aizawa comes in. And then he says, good morning, class. And I say, good morning, Aizawa. But then Dawa said, hello, and I've now got your votes, and now come in. And they said, votes? There's our face palms, the things that you was doing for the sports festival. A bunch of heroes want you to join the agencies for a week. Then they all said, oh, yeah, okay. Everything else is like the same, we go to the same place, but then Aizawa hits a button, then it shows everyone's score. Todoroki like the 2000, everyone's scores like the same, except Deku's. Deku's is first with a mighty 3,000 votes, and they're like all flabbergasted, but their mouths are wide open, except Todoroki and Bakugo. Bakugo's like, how the hell did I know you more than me? Then Deku says, well, I beat you, pretty easily actually. And Bakugo just starts foaming at the mouth, like to get really pissed at Deku. And then they said, enough both for you. And then they all see. And then Aizawa says, all you get to pick one agency to go to. And Deku's saying, where to go? Death Arms, Dream Man. Well, I've actually got one from Endeavour, but don't suit me. But then he sees one of them, and it says Mount Lady. Then, what's his name? Mineta. So he has Mount Lady. Then if you ask Mineta, did you get Mount Lady by any chance? And Mineta said, yeah, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. And Dick said, well, I've got it as well. And then he's like, what? You've got Mount Lady as well? Yahoo! And then the next day, next couple of days, Deku and Mineta are walking up to Mount Lady's place. And Deku knows about the hero killer Stain and what happened about Edith's brother. And he knows Edith's going to Hosu City. And Deku's thinking he's probably going to go after Stain. And he's stopping him over. Not now. Got more pressing matter to get to. And then they knock on the door. Then Deku remembers something from like a year back. He saw Mount Lady looking at him weird. He doesn't know what it means, but just weird looking at him. And Deku says, oh man. Then Deku just sidesteps to the side so Mount Lady can't see him at the door. She only sees Mineta, then she opens it. And she says, oh, you're kind of short. And then says, yes ma'am. And she says, is someone else here? The one the big quirk, Ant-Man? And then, she's just looking at him, and then Mineta moves one of his eyes to the left, and Deku's waving his hands, no. Then Deku says, Mineta says, no. And then she says, oh well. But then Mineta just comes in saying, so Mount Lady. And Deku walked off a little early, and hears something snap, like a footstep. She opens the door, and she sees Deku about to walk away. And she says, hey Ant-Man. She runs up to him, hugs him, and then she just drags. Deku's like, oh no, not her. Deku's holding onto the door frame, trying to get out. And then Mount Lady pulls him in and closes the door. And he says, welcome to my agency, you two. So let's get started. Short one. Want to do some role playing? And then it's like, oh boy, do I. He's cleaning the floor. And then he calls over Deku to another room. and she locks the door. And then she puts the kettle on for Deku. Gonna make him a cup of tea. Deku's still in his hero costume. He's wearing his mask. He's just sitting down. And then Mount Lady has 2 cups of teas. She's walking over to him. And she accidentally drops them and slips and lands on Deku. So right now Deku's like laying on the couch pretty much, and Mount Lady's like faces around on his chest, and the hands are around like his lower stomach region, and she can feel the 8-pack pretty much. And then she starts feeling around a lot more, and Deku says, "Can you get off me, please, please?" And she just gets herself under control. Then she gets off and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just kind of slipped." And then Deku says, "Yeah, I can tell." And then Deku says, "I'll clean it up." Deku gets a cloth from the side, and he starts cleaning up. 3 minutes later, and then knocks on the door, and he asks Mount Lady, "Can I come in?" And Mount Lady says, "In a minute." Then Deku says, "I just finished cleaning it." And then she says, "Oh, okay." And then the rest of the day heads on. And then Deku had a feeling, a really bad gut feeling. So that's why Deku made a secret technology I didn't tell you guys about, a tracking device. And he built his own satellite, so it's in space pretty much, so he can go anywhere in the globe to track someone. So, and he put it on Ida's hero costume. And then Deku's having a bad feeling. It's a really bad one, so he checks out the star. His star, you know where Ida is? Then she sees Ida walking next to a hero, and it's in chaos in Hosho City. And Deku runs up to Mount Lady. "Mount Lady, I need to go now." And she says, "Where to?" "Hosho City. My friend's under attack." And then it says, "Wait, who's under attack?" "It's Leader. The hero, he's in Hosho City, and the Hosho City is under attack. We need to go get him." Then they all rush off to Hosho City. Deku's sitting on the side window, and the side window of the train, and Mount Lady's leaning on his shoulder. And what was his name? I just forgot it. Well, he tried sitting down next to Mount Lady. Yeah, Minetta. Minetta tried to sit down to Mount Lady, but she put like her feet up there. He's like, and Minetta's like, "Come on!" And he has to sit on the other side of the seat. But then just before he does that, Deku says, "Hey, you want to swap seats?" Then he's like, "Oh boy, do I!" He swaps over to the next window, and Mount Lady doesn't even lean at him. She moves far away from Minetta and tries to get to Deku. But then the train says, "Please stop moving, miss." The train one gives the tickets out. She's like, "Oh." And then they get there, and then they see a bunch of trains in ahead of them, and then Deku says, "Okay, Minetta, keep an eye on Mount Lady." Deku rushes off the train, and Mount Lady and Minetta right behind him. And then they see a bunch of Nomus attacking the city. And then he asks Mount Lady, "Do I have permission to use my quirk?" And she gives him, "Yes, you are. You are allowed to use lethal force." Deku goes big as Mount Lady, normal form. Well, not normal form, like, when she goes big. And he grabs a Nomu that's flying in the air, and he squishes it. And stomps on it. Then Mount Lady's like, "Coo." She's got like love hearts in her eyes. And then like a massive Nomu's trying to charge at Deku, but then he kicks it away, just pretty much destroying it completely. And then he said to Mount Lady, "Oh lady, what are you doing? Why are you standing there?" And then she gets out the trance and she goes big. And then Deku grabs Minetta. "Come on, Minetta, we need to go find them." Then Deku's got like a pad on like his arm. It opens up. And it's like a tracking device from Ida, so he's slowly, I mean not slowly, he's really big, so he's just walking across the city, and 2 blocks away from where Ida is, Ida's just got stabbed in the arm by the hero killer. And just as the hero killer is about to finish off Ida, Deku comes in. Really small, he hits Stain's hand, grabs his blade, and throws it at Stain. Stain dodges it, of course, then he goes back to normal. He just says to Mineta, Mineta, get a pro hero. And then it says, gladly. He books it. Then he says to Stain, well, the hero killer. Therefore I get to meet you. Then the hero killer says, get out the way, kid, and I might let you live. And then he says, sorry, can't do that. It's not that's the main part of being a hero. Deku charges at him, goes really small. But then Stain hits Deku. Like, he doesn't know how, but it's like really lucky hit. Hit him with like his hand swatting him aside. Deku goes back to normal and he says, ow! And Stain grabs his blade, saying this will be fast. Stain jumps over a bunch of the walls, or jumps on the walls back and forth, and is about to hit Deku, but something pops out of Deku's arm. Not arm, like his costume. He grabs it, it's like a handle, and then a massive blade pops out, and Stain's blade and Deku's blade just collide. And Stain's like, what? And remember, guys, I said in the sports festival work part, Deku's been working on his sword and his grappling hook. And Deku says, well, not so tough now. Deku pushes Stain off, and Stain says, it's a little harder than I thought. And then Stain is going up and down on the building sides. Deku's barely keeping an eye on him. And Deku says, I need a higher ground. Deku activates his grapple, and I told you, new invention. He goes to the top of the building, and Stain and Deku on the roof about to clash in sword fight. Deku says, make this fair? Huh? And Stain says, sure. Stain says, only swords. Deku says, deal. No quirks. 1, 2, 3, go! They charge at each other with their blades. They're clashing. Deku gets slashed. Stain starts getting the cuts. It's a battle of the sword. 10 minutes later, they're both out of breath. They're all bleeding. Deku's got a massive cut on his arm. He can barely even use his left arm. Stain, on the other hand, has got some slashes on his legs, straightening his movements. And Deku says, you're one hell of a sword fighter. Coughs up a little bit of blood. Stain says, you too, kid. You're worthy to stay alive. And then Deku says, they're seriously better swordsmen. Deku says, I'm gonna use my finishing blow. Deku's blade starts glow red. It's like a feature blade. It goes really hot. Then he says, gladly. They die at each other. Deku falls to his knees, but Stain falls over, bleeding. And it's a slash right through his gut. Not fully, not lethal, but Deku says, I win. Deku jumps down and he gets to Ida and the other hero. Then Mount Lady finds him saying, hey Deku, you okay? She sees Deku pretty much bleeding, a bunch of his clothes are torn, but she sees the hero killer. And then she sees Ida barely standing and the other new hero. The hero. And she says, did Ant-Man? Deku's about to fall. She grabs him, holding him up. Then a bunch of other pros come and get Stain and get like emergency. They get the Tiki hero and Ida. Deku's still awake. It's just taking him a while to heal. I'm gonna say they had like a new invention. It's not like a instant heal. It just gets with some cuts. It sprays on his wound to slowly start healing way faster. The man said, that's useful. Then said, yeah. Then Stain gets up, does that whole speech saying, only All Might, I'll only let All Might kill me, does that bloodlust binding. No one can move, they'll be in shock. But this is the different part. Only Deku and Ida in the hospital. And guess who's next to Deku? It's Matt Lady. Deku wakes up, seeing Matt Lady laying on his chest, or her head on his chest. And he says to Matt Lady, Matt Lady? Was it you? And Ida says, she's been there for hours, waiting for you to wake up. Really creepy, to be honest, but, well, guess you must like you. And then Ida winks at Deku, and Deku saying, likes me? And he says, in love, stuff like that. Then he says, oh, man, I'm gonna have to ask Star about this. Then the doctors come in, say he's alright, just needs rest. And then he needs to stay there for a couple of days just to make sure he doesn't get any bad, because all his cuts are mostly healed thanks to the thing he did to it, his event did to his cuts. And then comes in telling their conditions. Then Chief of the Police says we can get the Matt Lady, and then Matt Lady's like already awake. And she kinda hugs Deku. And then the Chief of the Police comes in saying, Matt Lady, you're a pro hero, it's not acceptable. And she says, yes sir. And then he said, one, we can give you the credit. And then he says, no, he says, well, we've got a condition here. One, we can give you the credit. If you're a killer, but you'll be put in jail. Two, give the credit to Matt Lady. And you don't get any credit at all, and you stay out. Deku says, I guess the second one. Dina says, yes, the second one. And then this is the end of, well, the day for them. Deku wakes up, gets dressed completely, gets in my outfit, and says, Star, get me out of here. Star heads back to, Deku heads back to base, leaves a note saying, I've gone home, see ya. Oh yeah, he also signed at the hospital. Well, it's the end of part 6. Peace, hope you enjoy it.